Hello and welcome to this week's vlog. So today is the greatest day of the year for any self-respecting cyclist because today is new bike day and I've got a new bike. There it is. So I'm going to go open it now. So let's open the box. What's in the box? Whenever I get a box to open, I've been scarred by the film Seven. So whenever I see like what's in the box, I always think, is it Gwyneth Paltrow's head? Hopefully not. Hopefully it is my new bike. Let's have a look. This is it, the Scott Foil Premium Disc, and it's an absolute weapon. So why have I picked this? I'm really excited about it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to be really transparent with you guys, the audience, and I feel that this is something that is really, really important. So we decided to look for ways that we can make money, and I've talked about this before with the vlog on how we make money. And so it made sense for us to try and gain sponsorship for a bike, because I'm often riding a bike in videos. And we decided to approach Scott with the idea, and they were up for it. So Scott have agreed to sponsor the vlog, and as a result, I'll be riding this rather amazing machine. Something that I really want to get across that I think is important is that I wasn't prepared to accept sponsorship from any old bike brand to ride any old bike. So we approached Scott, and fortunately they liked the idea and they agreed, which is great. And the reason for this, reason why we approached Scott, is because we've done our own independent aero testing, which I believe in, and we'll put a link to that video so you can watch it. And the Scott Foil has come out as the fastest aero bike we've tested, and that's a great result. But also I've reviewed it in the past. Not the disc version, but I've reviewed the non-disc version, and I've just been really impressed with a number of areas. So the bottom bracket, it's amazingly stiff on this bike. I first rode it in Austria at Eurobike, and the moment I got out the saddle, it felt like something else. It felt like the stiffest bottom bracket I've come across. And that is a cliche in bike reviews, but amongst bottom bracket stiffness, for me, this bike is on another level compared to many. And the other thing is the sort of practicalities of it as well. I'm a big fan of the Trek Madone and the Venge Vias, but I've also travelled with the Trek Madone as well. I took it to Italy, and packing that into a bike box, having to disassemble all the integrated brakes and stuff at the front, it's a bit of a faff. And so I really like the balance of practicality that's struck with the foil as well. That's a big thing I really like. And it also just looks like an absolute weapon as well. We've got Jura Ace Di2 with hydraulic disc brakes and 160 rotors front and rear. So, you can't get much better than that. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And then we've got Zip 303s, NSW, so very aero hoops, but they're disc brake specific, so there's no brake track on there. And they come fitted with 28mm GP 4000 tyres. This is great because you've got so much grip on offer there with the wider tyre from the disc brakes, but also a good amount of comfort available as well. So this is the foil disc, right? And so the main difference here between the foil disc and the non-disc, apart from the fact it has disc brakes for all the smart people about to comment, is the fork and the rear stays have been redesigned a fair bit as well. So you now have these little aero sort of fairing built into the bottom of the fork, and also another one on the other side that covers the caliper and guides the air over it. So Scott originally found that disc brakes are actually less aerodynamic than having calipers. But by cleverly redesigning the foil, they were able to make it more aerodynamic and save back those watts lost through having the disc brakes on there. So the way they've done this is by having leverless through axles on the front. So the through axle lever can actually be removed, and that saves a watt. And then also they've put this cover over the sort that covers the caliper, which also saves a further watt. And then by removing the caliper that would normally be situated here, that also tidies up the front end and saves a watt as well. So little savings all over, but I'm all about the marginal gains. We've got the leverless through axle here. So this little key comes off there, and then that can actually be used on the headset and on the stem bolts as well, with its little torque key on there. And this is something we've seen on some other bikes as well, but it's a great feature because it sort of makes the whole bike look a lot tidier by removing the lever, but also, you know, it's making it more aerodynamic. So I'm all for that. Up front, the cockpit, you've got the Syncross integrated bar and stem, and also I've not chopped the steerer yet because I've just got it out of the box, so I've still got a few spaces there. But you can see how nicely this all integrates in there and is all nice and aero. Now, one thing I'm going to do is this is the standard cockpit the bike comes with, but I think I want a bit of a longer stem, so that is something that I'm going to work on and set the bike up specifically to how I have it with my measurements and stuff, so stay tuned for that. Look at the width of these tyres, they're so wide. It's not just for bad surfaces. Like when you're descending and you're going around corners at speed, you just have so much more grip and a bigger contact patch with the wider tyre. And then just all the time normally, you're just getting more comfort as well. And they just roll really nice. So I am digging the 28s, that is good. Something else to point out about the foil is it has a sort of compact geometry frame shape, which means you get a lot of seat post, and also you've got the dropped stays. So this isn't just for aerodynamics, it also adds a fair amount of comfort because the effective seat tube length is pretty long as well. And you've got to remember, like, this is a bike that Matt Hayman, well, the non-disc version, but Matt Hayman won Paris-Roubaix on this bike. And, you know, for an aero bike, it's a pretty comfortable bike. I spotted something else cool as well. With it all being integrated and with the new Dura Ace, you've got the junction box hidden in Scott's bar end stopper here. So much cleaner than having a junction box. It's also practical as well, it's easy to get to. Whereas again, you know, on certain bikes, like, you know, other aero bikes where it's all integrated and the cables are all hidden, in the past we've had junction boxes hidden away inside stuff that you have to unscrew to get at, so that's pretty useful. But now I've got this bike, I'm going to be using it in several events that we've got planned. So we've got some big events planned, so stay tuned for those. One of them that I can tell you about, which is coming up in a few weeks, is I'm going to be doing the Fred Whitton Challenge, which is an amazing sport eve that happens in the Lake District. It's a brutally hard course. I've done it a few times before and I really love it. And you know I love the Lake District because I've put it in vlogs and stuff. But if you're doing the Fred Whitton this year, then let me know in the comments section, and you know, also come and say hi if you see me there on the day. But I'm going to be setting up the foil specifically for Fred Whitton, which means that I'm probably going to have to let go of my ego and put a 32 on the back. Because I've done Fred before, I know how hard it is, so that's probably going to be one of the modifications I make to the bike for that. I can't wait to ride this absolute beast. But I reckon that a bike this good deserves to be ridden on some amazing roads. And right now, it's just still in the UK and the roads are just covered in so I'm going to go to Mallorca. So stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to post a vlog about riding this bike in Mallorca, and I think I'm going to give it the beans up Sacalobra. I'll do a power test up Sacalobra and see how I get on, and try it out on some of the amazing descents out there as well. Right, competition time. So thanks for all your suggestions last week about underrated cycling destinations. There's some, you know, absolutely great ones in the comments, and I've been noting them down because a lot of them I've never heard of, but some great suggestions. One that kept cropping up a lot was Norway, and I'm planning to try and go to Norway in August, so hopefully the weather will be all right. But the comment I'm going to pick is Anders Skei. I probably completely mispronounced your name there. Sorry about that, but I don't speak Viking, I mean Norwegian. Anyway, Anders writes, the southwest of Norway is very nice when it's sunny and 20 degrees or more, which we have at least 10 to 40 days a year, hopefully. So yeah, I think based on your comment there, I'll be packing my waterproof when I head to Norway. This week's competition is a chance to win this Specialized airnet helmet in black. To be in with a chance to win it, and you can have any size you like as long as it's medium, then all you have to do is comment below with your suggestion as to a name that I should call the new bike. I think all good bikes, all good vehicles need a name, and also you need one so that you can write it on Strava as the name of the bike that you're riding. So yeah, comment with that and the winner will win the helmet. But before I go, something else I want to show you, which is important, which is that there's a new Cycling Weekly out, and here it is. So Cycling Weekly has just been redesigned with a brand new fresh look, and our mate Dan Bigham is on the cover as well. So Dan from What Shop, who is a GB Pursuit rider, but also has been in several of the videos to do with aero testing that we've done. You may recognise him. How to get faster, more speed, from Coach Ken. There he is. So Coach Ken, you may remember from the Project 49 video. So if Coach Ken can make me faster, then he can make anyone faster. So yeah, great feature. But until then, I'll see you next time, next Monday. I'm off to Mallorca now. See you later. Right. Just had a thought, which is that the Scott foil has a 1/4 inch steering tube instead of an 1/8 inch, which makes it stiffer. But that means I can't put my white stem on there. It's no good. Just gonna have to go back. That's it now, it's a deal breaker, that.